Hello, dear students. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the escape velocity. Now, in this lecture, we are going to see the example 8.4. Let us see, let us understand this problem. Example 8.4 is two uniform solid spheres, one is this and one is this, equal radii r, but mass m and 4m. This is mass capital M, this is mass capital 4m. Center to center separation 6r is given. That these two spheres are held fixed. A projectile of mass small m is projected from the surface of the sphere of mass m. So a projectile is projected from here with the velocity v. Okay. Now this has to reach this 4m sphere. So what we have to find, obtain an expression for the minimum speed v of the projectile so that it reaches the surface of the second sphere. Now, why it will not reach with any of the velocity? The reason for this is, suppose we give it a velocity very less velocity, this mass m towards 4m. So if it is not able to overcome the binding energy of this mass m with this capital M sphere, then again it will come back. As you throw a stone upwards, it will come back to your hand. Okay. But if you throw it with the escape velocity, it will overcome the binding energy of the earth and it will go away. So the rockets are launched in this manner. So the question is, we have to send this small mass m with minimum velocity v such that it reaches a neutral point n so that it goes outside the effect of this sphere. So what is this neutral point? At this neutral point, the gravitational attraction by this sphere and the gravitational attraction by this sphere towards this side, both will be same, and we can find that neutral point. So our purpose is to send this mass m up to that neutral point. So first of all, let us calculate the neutral point and let us assume that it is at a distance small r from the center of this sphere. Okay. Pay attention to the cursor. Now see, now what is the, I have again made the figure. See, this is capital M and small mass m is projected with velocity v, and this is point n. The force F1 is towards this sphere and force F2 is attraction force towards this sphere, and F1 and F2 are equal. What is F1? G m1 m2 upon r square. This is a F1 force, attraction force this side. Okay, at the neutral point, which is r distance away. So this is r square. Now we have to calculate this distance. This distance is 6r minus r. So for F2, we have to write the expression G m1 m2 upon r square. So G into 4m into small m upon 6r minus this r whole square. This is F2, and F1 and F2 are balancing each other at neutral point. So by calculation, we get 6r minus r is equal to plus minus 2r, or r is equal to 2r or minus 6r. So minus 6r value will be neglected because this is a negative value, and small r is equal to 2r. So neutral point is 2r distance away from this center of the capital M mass sphere. Okay, the neutral point we got. Now we have to apply the energy conservation. We have to apply the energy conservation. Between which point? Between this sphere, surface of this sphere, and at the neutral point. What is the total energy at the surface of this sphere, and what is the total energy at neutral point? We will equate this. Let us calculate the total energy when it is projected. What is the total energy? First of all, kinetic energy half mv square, because it is projected by velocity v, and it is a potential energy equal to the binding energy of earth, that is minus g m1 m2 upon r. अर्थ एंड मास सिस्टम का काइनेटिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी जो है, ओके, तो माइनस जी एम वन एम टू अपन आर एंड पोटेंशियल एनर्जी बिकॉज ऑफ दिस स्फीयर. ओके, what is the potential energy because of this sphere of 4r radius, sphere of 4m mass. This is a sphere of 4m mass. So for this, what will be the potential energy of mass m at this point? That is minus g into m1 m2 upon r. So minus g into 4m into m upon the distance is 6r minus r. Okay, on the surface of this we have to calculate. So 6r from center to center, and this radius is r. So this distance of this mass at the surface of capital M from this center is 5r. So it will be 5r here. So this is the total energy of mass m at the surface of M, capital M mass sphere. Now let us calculate the total energy at neutral point. The total energy at neutral point is potential energy of M mass here and this capital M mass. So that is minus g m m upon this distance is 2r. Okay, minus g m m upon r. Okay, on the surface we have to calculate minus g m m upon, so it will be 2r. It is wrong. It will be 2r here. Okay, and this at this point, at neutral point, what is the potential energy of this mass small m and this mass m? Okay, sorry, this is not 4r, this is 4m actually. Radius is same. Now g m1 m2 upon g into 4m into small m minus g into 4m into small m upon the 6r minus 2r. 6r minus 2r is 4r. So what we get here? 4r. So g into 4m into m upon 4r. This 4 cancels out. So if we solve this, if we apply the law of conservation of mechanical energy, means energy at the surface of this sphere is equal to energy at the neutral point, then what we will be having? Let us see. Equate these two expressions. Small m can be taken common. Here also small m can be taken common and cancelled. So we will get half v square minus gm upon r minus 4 gm upon 5r is equal to minus gm upon 2r, and this is minus gm upon r. So you see both the sides minus gm upon r is here, so it gets cancelled out. So what is the expression now? So suppose we want to write the expression for v square, then 2 multiplied here and it goes on the other side, the 8 gm upon 5r, and this will be minus 2 gm upon 2r. So upper side you take 2 gm common, then 2 gm upon r can be taken as common, then 4 by 5 minus 1 by 2. So v square comes out to be 3 gm upon 5r, and v is equal to under root 3 gm upon 5r. Okay. So minimum velocity we have calculated this way. Okay. So now our next topic is Earth satellite. What are the satellites? See, Earth satellites are objects which revolve around the Earth. So moon is also revolving around the Earth. So is moon satellite of the Earth? Yes. The moon is the natural satellite of the Earth. Now satellites can have circular orbit or the elliptical orbit. Now moon is a natural satellite. It's having a time period of 1 month. That means exactly 27.3 days actually. Okay. Now which is also the roughly the rotational period of the moon about its own axis. Okay. Now now artificial satellites are launched by the countries, developed countries, with the help of the rockets. Rockets are given the escape velocity. Rockets achieve the escape velocity and provide the satellite into the orbit. So satellites are of many practical uses. TV channels you see are because of the satellites. Okay, SATCOM, satellite communication, telecommunications, geophysics, meteorology department. Meteorology means what is under the earth. Okay. Study of the rocks and all things can be done with the help of the satellites. The most important use of the satellite is in the telecommunication. Okay. Now let us do a little bit research about the satellites. Now consider a satellite in a circular orbit of a distance RE plus H from the center of Earth. You see, here I have made a figure. Now this is the Earth and this is the radius of the Earth RE, and at height h above the surface of Earth means at from the center RE plus H distance away, the satellite is there of mass m. It is moving with the velocity v around the Earth in a circular orbit. Okay, so the anything which is moving in a circular orbits needs a centripetal force, and that centripetal force will be provided by the gravitational attraction between that body and the Earth. So centripetal force mv square upon Re plus H. Re plus H is the distance from the center of Earth to this mass. Mv square upon Re plus H is equal to G m1 m2 upon R square, means Re plus H whole square, means gravitational attraction between the Earth and this body of mass. M means satellite. Small m is the mass of the satellite. Let me write here mass of the satellite, so you are not confused. Mass of the satellite. Okay. Now equating both these, we get this cancelled out and we get v square is equal to gme upon Re plus H. So this is a formula for the velocity of a satellite. Okay. Now suppose we want to obtain a formula for the time period of the satellite. Time period of a satellite. Now T, time period is what? Time to complete one revolution around anything. Okay. For a periodic motion to repeat itself. Time is time taken to repeat the periodic motion. So suppose satellite is moving around the Earth in T time, then one revolution makes 2 pi r Re plus H, because it is at height h above the Earth, 2 pi Re plus H. This is the orbit's circumference, okay, divided by the velocity, divided by the velocity of the satellite, okay, distance upon speed. What is this formula? This formula basically is what? Distance upon speed. This gives us you time to complete one revolution. That is called the time period. So let us substitute the value of v here. 2 pi Re plus H divided by v means under root of this, under root of GME comes here, and this Re plus H under root goes upside. So here it comes Re plus H की power half. Now upper side will become what? 2 pi Re plus H to the power 3 by 2 divided by under root GME. Now you can very readily see, if you square this factor, that comes out to be 4 pi square upon GME and Re plus H whole cube. That means T square is proportional to Re plus H whole cube. It applies Kepler's law. Kepler's third law. So each and every planet and satellite is following the Kepler's third law of motion. Okay. Now from here, if we want to derive a formula for the time period of satellite very close to Earth, means for a satellite very close to Earth, what will be their H will be approximately 0. Very close to Earth meaning क्या हुआ? Approximately 0. So let us find the expression for this from this. What is our time period? Time period is 2 pi Re plus H to the power 3 by 2 divided by under root GME. Now in this expression put H is equal to 0. So what happens? T is equal to 2 pi RE to the power 3 by 2 divided by under root GM. Okay. Now we know a relation on Earth that gravitational acceleration of Earth is given by, of any body on Earth is given by GME upon RE square. So this value of GME we can calculate from here, G RE square, and we'll substitute here. So this expression will become T is equal to 2 pi RE to the power 3 by 2 divided by this GRE square, under root GRE square. So under root GRE square. Okay. So it will become T is equal to 2 pi. Now under root G here, here RE to the power 3 by 2, and here RE only. Okay. So RE to the power half will remain. So 2 pi under root RE upon G. This is the expression for the time period of the satellite very close to Earth. Okay, remember that this what we have calculated, time period of a satellite very close to Earth. Okay, so see here it has been calculated a time period of a satellite actually, okay, for a satellite very close to Earth. For such satellites, T0 is the time period suppose. So 2 pi into RE by G. So G value is 9.8. RE is 6400 kilometers. Put the values, you will get 85 minutes. Approximately 85 minutes. Such satellites will have a time period of 85 minutes. 85 minutes is 1 hour and something. So it is not a big task for these satellites to cover the whole Earth. Means go around the Earth in a very small time period. Okay. So the satellites which are very close to Earth, and have a very small time period, means that they move very fast. Sorry, they move very fast, are called polar satellites. Polar satellites. So from India, PSLV series, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Okay, polar satellites. These are very helpful in covering the Earth. They strip around the Earth. Okay. Later on, we will say about the polar and geostationary satellite. Then we will know their benefits. PSLV. Okay. Now there are certain numericals. Let us see. Go through this numerical. Example 8.5. What it says. The planet Mars has two moons, Phobos and Deimos. So I have made a figure. This is a planet Mars. This is Phobos and this is Deimos. Orbits of both are different. They are the moons of the planet Mars. Phobos has a time period 7 hours 39 minutes. This is having a time period 7 hours 59 minutes. And the radius is given also for that. Phobos, calculate the mass of the Mars. So we have to calculate the mass of the Mars around which this Phobos is revolving as a planet, as a moon. Okay. So we will apply Kepler's third law. T square is equal to KRQ, where K is equal to 4 pi square upon G mm. What is mm here? Mass of the Mars around which the satellite moves, or around which its moon moves. Okay. So here it comes the mass of the Mars. Okay. 4 pi square upon Gm. In case of Earth, satellite of Earth, moon, it will be 4 pi square upon Gme. Okay. So by applying this formula, you can calculate mm 4 pi square upon G r cube upon T square. Okay. So you see, mm can be calculated as 6.48 into 10 to the power 23 kilogram. Now, what is second part? Assume that the Earth and Mars move in a circular orbit around the Sun. So you see that this is Sun, this is Earth, and this is Mars. Earth and Mars both are revolving around the sun. If Earth is having a radius r, the Mars is having a radius 1.52 times the r. The question is same. Martian orbit being 1.52 times the orbital radius of the Earth. It is given here. So what is the length of the Martian year in days? So basically it wants the time period of the Mars. So that will be Martian year. So let us apply the Kepler's third law again 2 times. T square is equal to kr cube. So T square is proportional to r cube. With this help we will have expression time period of Mars square upon time period of Earth square is equal to radius of Mars to Sun radius cube upon Earth to Sun radius cube. Now it is given that radius RMS is equal to 1.52 times r. If we substitute this, then we will get from this expression Tm is equal to Te times 1.52 r upon r to the power 3 by 2. Here you see Tm is equal to 1.52 times 3 power 3 by 2, and Te is basically time period for the Earth, and that is 1 year 365 days multiplies 684 days comes for the Mars. Okay, so this is the value of the Martian year 684 days. Now the question example 8.6 is asking weighing the Earth. Weigh the Earth. Value of G is 9.81, R is 6.37 to the power 6, distance of the moon R, and the time period the moon's revolution 27.3 days. Obtain the mass of the Earth in 2 different ways. So one way is, let us use this expression small g is equal to gme upon re square. From that we can calculate the mass of the Earth. Sorry. So we can calculate with the help of this expression the mass of Earth, because G you know, RE you know, and capital G also you know. Okay. What is another method? In another method, because the data is given about the moon and the Earth, so we will consider the orbit of the moon, and we will use the Kepler's third law, T square is equal to kr cube. So T square is equal to kr cube. K क्या आएगा? K will come here 4 pi square upon GME. I told you. Okay. So T square is equal to 4 pi square upon GME into r cube. R is the radius of the moon, not moon, orbit of the moon. Okay. So with the help of this, we can calculate ME, mass of the Earth. So you put the values and you will get 6.02 into 10 power 24 kg. In the earlier, you were getting 5.97 10 power 24 kg. So less than 1% of error is there, and both the answer are almost correct. Next question is, this is dimension analysis question basically. Express the constant k of the equation 8.38 in days and kilometers. Now this constant k can be expressed in days and kilometers. 10 to the power minus 13 second square and meter to the power minus 3. So convert this second into days. Okay, how to convert? Convert into minute first. Okay, then into hours, then into days. So to converting second into minute requires division by 60. So divide by 60, 1 by 60 factor comes. Now this comes in the place of second only. In the place of second, what will come? 1 by 60, then again divide by 60. So it comes here, then again divide by, now it comes hours, then into days, again divide by 24. Now you see in this dimension the power of 2. So we have done a power of 2. Okay. So this factor comes here, and here it comes days square. Instead of second, it comes days here. Okay. Now let us see the second factor, meter is here, and we have to convert into kilometer. Meter to the power minus 3. Let us see the meter. So convert meter into kilometer. So to convert meter into kilometer, meter is there, so we will write 1 by 1000 kilometers. And what is the power? Power is minus 3. Okay. So this is 10 to the power minus 3 to the power minus 3. So what it becomes? This becomes 10 to the power 9. Okay. So this factor comes here. And if you calculate these factors, all these factors, you will get 1.33 into 10 to the power minus 14 days square kilometer to the power minus 3. Now, using equation 8.38, what it says? The moon is at a distance of 3.84 into 10 to the power 5 kilometer from the earth. Means radius of the moon is given. Obtain the time period of revolution in days. So T square is equal to KR cube. Use the equation. This is equation 8.38 actually. T square is equal to KR cube. R is RE plus H. This is basically given in the question. 3.84 into 10 power 5 kilometer comes here. So its cube is here. 3.84 into 10 power 5 cube. And this factor K is already in days and kilometers. So we will substitute here 1.33 into 10 power minus 14. T square is equal to KR cube. So this way we will get in answer in days, 27.3 days for the moon. Okay. Now let us discuss the energy of an orbiting satellite. So what is the kinetic energy of the orbiting satellite? Kinetic energy formula, you already know that it is half mv square. And you have to substitute the value of the v square we have already calculated. Then this formula becomes gmm on 2 re plus h. How? Let us see here. See, kinetic energy of the satellite is half mv square. The velocity square expression comes out to be gme upon re plus h. So we have substituted here and we get gme upon 2 re plus h. This is the kinetic energy formula, right? What is the potential energy formula? Potential energy formula is potential energy of two masses m1 and m2 is given by minus g m1 m2 upon the distance between the two masses. This is the potential energy formula. So for the earth mass system, this formula, mass is at a distance height h above the surface of earth, means satellite is at height h above the surface of earth. So the potential energy formula will become minus g mem upon re plus h. Now see this expression and this expression. This expression is half of this. This expression is positive. This expression is negative. Potential energy is negative. Okay. Because the force is of attractive nature. Therefore, the potential energy comes up to negative. Binding energy of the earth. Okay. Now, what is the total energy? Total energy is the sum. Total mechanical energy is the sum of kinetic plus potential energy. So add these two terms. If you add these two terms, what comes? Gm upon 2 Re plus H. This is kinetic energy plus and minus times this term Gm upon Re plus H. So what is coming? Minus half Gm upon Re plus H. This is the total energy expression. Now the total energy expression is also having the minus sign as the potential energy expression. Okay. So Gm upon Re plus H. Gmem upon Re plus H is the potential energy of the satellite at the height h above the surface of Earth with minus sign. Total energy is half of that with minus sign. Okay. And kinetic energy is also half of that but with the plus sign. Kinetic energy is half of that, half of Gmu upon Re plus H but with plus sign. So keeping this mind, let us see, let us understand these formulas and remember this formula with the help of a question. See, this question will explain something to you and you will very eagerly try to remember this formula. See example 8.8, 400 kilogram satellite is in a circular orbit of radius 2 Re about the Earth. So this satellite is about in 2 Re radius is revolving around the Earth. Okay. Now how much energy is required to transfer it to a circular orbit of 4 Re? We have to send it to 4 Re orbit around the Earth. 2 Re वाले ऑर्बिट से 4 Re वाले ऑर्बिट में डालना है. ठीक है. तो इनिशियली व्हाट इज द एनर्जी? माइनस GMEM अपॉन initially what is the total energy? Total energy is minus of half, remember the formula, minus half GMEM upon Re plus H. So it will be minus half GMEM upon RE plus H. So this is 2 RE. So it becomes 4 RE here. You see. Similarly, what is the finally when it reaches to an orbit of 4 RE radius, what is the final energy? Minus half GMEM upon RE plus H means this is 4 RE. So here it comes 4 RE. So it becomes 8 RE here. Okay. So initial and final energies are there. There's a difference of energy when it reaches from this point to this point. So what is the change in the total energy? Final minus initial. So final is this one and initial is this one. So it comes out to be GMRE upon A, change in the total energy, that becomes positive 3.13 into 10 to the power 9 joule. This is the change in the energy. Now this is the total energy, total. So as we have seen the expression, the total energy expression is this, okay? And kinetic energy will follow the same pattern with the plus sign. You see, half factor is here, GM upon RE plus H. And here half factor is there, GME upon RE plus H. But this is minus sign. Total energy is having minus sign, but the kinetic energy is having plus sign. So this fact is used here. See, the kinetic energy is reduced and it mimics delta E, means total energy का जो value है वही kinetic energy का होगा, but with a change sign. डेल्टा ई का जो साइन होगा उसका अपोजिट साइन होगा. तो डेल्टा की कितना होगा? डेल्टा के इज इक्वल टू माइनस ऑफ 3.13 टू 10 to the power 9 जूल. व्हाट इज द चेंज इन द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी? पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का जो एक्सप्रेशन होगा वो जो क्या होगा? ट्वाइस द चेंज इन द टोटल एनर्जी. टोटल एनर्जी का डबल होगा. यू सी हियर पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का है, पोटेंशियल एनर्जी क्या है? ट्वाइस ऑफ दिस है टोटल एनर्जी एंड साइन इज सेम. So change in potential energy is twice the change in the total energy. तो इसका डबल कर देंगे, minus 3.13 to 10 power 9, double it, keep the sign same. Okay, so these energy variations are explained and we can remember these formulas very easily. Now let us discuss what are the satellites, geostationary and polar satellites. Polar satellite already we have discussed. So what are the geostationary satellite? The Earth is revolving around its own axis in 24 hours. Okay. So if a satellite is revolving around the Earth in the same time period, it will be stationary with respect to certain point on the Earth. Suppose Sriharikota, a place in India. So that satellite which will launch from the Sriharikota will be seen in the Sriharikota over the whole year, because its time period is same as the time period of revolution of Earth around its own axis. Okay. So let us apply the Kepler's third law of motion. T square is equal to kr cube for that satellite at a height at above the surface of Earth. So 4 pi square upon GME. Here you see mass of Earth is coming. Okay. Now RE plus H, RE radius of Earth, H height of the satellite, and T square is time period of the satellite. Time period is to be 24 hours. Okay. Time period is to be 24 hours. So we will keep here 24 hours, convert into seconds and all, and calculate H reversely. Calculate H. H works out to be 35,800 kilometer, which is much larger than the radius of the Earth. Radius of the Earth is 6,400 kilometer. As compared to this height H is very high. That means the satellites which have a time period of 24 hours are at a height this much, means very much height above the surface of Earth. Okay, so in equatorial orbit, such type of satellites are revolving in equatorial orbit around the equator. Okay, and they have a time period of 24 hours and become stationary with respect to a certain point on Earth. Okay, these are called geostationary satellite. Okay. Now to uh, throw the rocket to such a great heights, a large power is needed by the rockets. Very powerful rockets are needed to throw up satellite to such a large heights above the surface of Earth. Okay, but the benefits are so many and practical applications are so many, so this cost is beared by the government. Okay, this is the equator, so this revolves like this. What is a polar satellite? Now you should have a certain uh, knowledge about the electromagnetic waves also. Electromagnetic waves above a certain frequency are not reflected by the ionosphere. Earth is having an ionosphere. Okay, suppose this is a Earth. So stratosphere, ionosphere, many layers are there. So suppose we say this is a ionosphere. Okay. Ionosphere is formed by the ions. Ionosphere. So certain frequencies, the frequency is 2 to 10 megahertz. These are below the critical frequency, and these radio waves, these electromagnetic waves, which are used for radio broadcast, means 2 megahertz to 10 megahertz. This is below the critical frequency. They are therefore reflected by the ionosphere. Okay. These are reflected by the ionosphere. Suppose this is a transmitter station and these waves are being sent here, then these waves reflect to the other transmitter. Transmitter to transmitter, they will reflect and they will come to another transmitter. Transmitter and receiver both are there at the same place. Transmitter, receiver, transmitter, receiver. So this is sending, this is receiving. If this will send, this will receive. Now reflection will be done through the ionosphere. That thing is being explained. Okay. What is the frequency range? 2 megahertz to 10 megahertz. Okay. What it is trying to say. So antenna to antenna transmission, as I have explained, can be received at points far away where the direct wave failed to reach on account of the curvature of Earth. Okay, so this communication method we can use for the radio waves lying between 2 megahertz to 10 megahertz. Okay, so TV broadcast is through this nature. Okay, suppose a geostationary satellite appearing above the Earth is broadcasting to one of the stations. Suppose this is a geostationary satellite. Geostationary satellite. At a height h above the surface of Earth, and it is sending a signal. It has been received one of the TV stations. Now this will relay. This will send by 2 to 10 megahertz, and it will be reflected by the ionosphere, and this way these waves will be trapped inside antenna to antenna transmission will take place. TV transmission takes place by this method through the ionosphere. Okay. Now inside one group of satellites sent by India are one of the such group of the geostationary satellites. These are widely used for telecommunication in India. Another class of satellite is a polar satellite. What is a polar satellite? See this figure. This is a polar satellite. The satellite which revolving from pole, north pole to south pole, and like this way, means in a plane perpendicular to the equatorial plane. If a satellite is revolving, then this is known as the polar satellite, whose time period is around 100 minutes or so. Very fast it is revolving. During one revolution, the Earth will be moving like this. So this will cover one strip of the Earth at one time. Again it will come here, and it will again scan the Earth, next strip of the Earth, and strip by strip it will cover the whole Earth. Strip by strip it will cover the whole Earth. As the polar satellite is very near to Earth, its camera give a very powerful and clear picture about any activity going on the Earth. So these are used as a spy satellite also. Polar satellites are very widely used as a spy satellite. polar satellites. These are at the low altitude. Sorry. These are at a low altitude of 500 to 800 kilometers, okay, going around the north to south direction. So you know about the PSLV series, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, and one is GSLV series. GSLV means Geostationary Satellite Launch. PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. These are the schemes named in India. Okay. Now, what is weightlessness? Weightlessness is nothing. Suppose this can be understood with the help of a example. Weightlessness. Weightlessness means free fall. You are falling freely. Suppose you are in a lift and there is a spring balance. There is a spring balance. So if you are standing over here and your weight will be recorded in this spring balance. But if the lift is moving up or moving down with certain acceleration, suppose lift is moving down with a certain acceleration, then your weight will be reduced. Weight will be reduced. If the lift is going up with certain acceleration, the weight will be, if lift is going up with certain acceleration, the weight will be increased. Okay. Now what will happen if the string of the lift cuts and lift in a free fall? If lift is in a free fall, then this spring balance will record no weight. You will be weightless. Your weight will be recorded as 0. Now this is a condition of free fall. Okay. What is the acceleration of Earth? And with the same acceleration, lift and you are coming down, and therefore your weight recorded is 0. So what is in a satellite? If you are in a satellite around the Earth, if you are in a satellite around the Earth, then you will be having the same situation of weightlessness. Your weight will be 0. You are freely following always towards the Earth, and therefore you are guiding, you are swimming in the space like situation. Your weight will be 0. You will have a free fall towards the Earth always, and this is a situation of the weightlessness. Now with this chapter finishes, and we will be coming with the next lecture. We will coming in the next chapter. Okay, we will be taking the next chapter. Until then, goodbye.